Stamping friends, welcome to my channel. I am Lisa Fulford, your creative coach, and we are doing a countdown to Halloween. I got a little bit behind with, I have a lot going on in my life right now, and then we took a little trip in between, like some doctor visits and things, and so I am trying to get caught up so that I can finish out this series of my countdown to Halloween. And so I've been doing little boxes and different things. And so I think I've already got two up. And then I think I'm a little bit behind by about four, maybe five. And so I'm going to try to do videos, maybe one each day for a little bit, or maybe every other day. So I don't want to commit to one every day, but because I got mystery stamp in there, and then I also have Make It Mondays and Technique Tuesdays, and so I am always making videos, it seems like, which is a good thing, but I did get a little bit behind on these. So if you just bear with me, and I will get them all up there, and there are a lot of really cute ones. And so hopefully, if you're looking for some little tree boxes, they don't have to be Halloween. It's just that's what I'm doing for my series right now. You could do them for Christmas, or you could do them for birthdays, and so it's just some cute little ideas for some treats. And you could always give a treat along with like a card that has a gift card in it, or different things like that. And on my very first video, I had already made a card that matched that treat box, and so you could always make a card to match the treat boxes. And so we will get started with our project for today. So give me a moment and I'll switch the camera. All right, so here is the cute little project that we're going to make today. And I just love this little pumpkin, and it is from a set that's called Playful Ghosts. And so I thought these are adorable, and I'm using these for most of the projects that I'm doing in this series. Not for all of them, I don't think, but for most of them. And I have them, already designed. I just haven't had a chance to film them. And so this one here is just a little treat box that you pop open this way. And then it has about three of these mini Kit Kat treats. And so I put one in that way, another one in that way, and then I put the other one going this way. You could probably get four if you put them all going long ways, but it makes it a little bit harder to get them out. But so there's all of this, and I think I forgot to grab my ribbon, but it's right behind me. And then I just tied a little bow around it, and I've opened this and closed it so much that I keep bending that one. So when I pulled it, I bent it a little bit. But so we're gonna just do some fussy cutting to get this little image like this, and then we've got some circles here, and then the back is just plain. But then here is our designer series paper for that, and it's out of a new set, and it's a 6x6 pack of paper. And so that's the project that we're going to do, and this is the stamp set that we're going to use. So I'm going to put these over here, and then with our bits and pieces here, I'll pull these all out, have them together so I wouldn't lose. So with this, I do have a template here that I will attach a link in the description below to go to my Google Docs, and you can retrieve this template to help you with making your box. And so this one is our week 10. So I've already done 11, 12, or 12, 11, and this one's 10. And so but it gives you your measurements, and it gives you, for score lines, cut lines, and then like the designer series paper and things like that. So if you watch this video, don't forget to go over and look in the link or the description below, and then go over and grab that link and get this project sheet so that you have the dimensions for that. So I'm gonna put that right here because that way I can look at it. But let me grab the ribbon that goes with this. Now I did not put that on there because you don't have to add ribbon to it. I just thought it was really cute to add that little bit. So let me grab that. I've got it right here, right behind me. So this ribbon that we're using is the pecan pie, and it is, let's see, the center striped ribbon. I never can remember all the different names, but if you look at the ribbon, it's usually pretty explanatory. So it's the center striped ribbon, and I really, I think it's kind of cute, and it's real pliable. It's real soft. So there's that. And then the paper that we're using, it's right here, and it's called Iconic Celebration 6x6. And so this is the design that we're going to use. But there's like Christmas trees, and there's candy canes, and there's just a little bit of everything in here. So it's a really nice pack of paper to have as a 6x6, and it's got all the, not every holiday, but most all holidays in there, and then it's got a few of the just winter prints, and then like the plaids and different things, so that you have a choice of what you want to use for your projects. So I'll put that over here, and then we shall get started. I'm going to grab my scoreboard because we're going to need that just to show. So it's down here by my feet. And then we're going to do some fussy like cutting with our scissors, but not on our thing. So put this over the top right here and bring in these pieces. So this is a piece of Cajun Craze, and it measures 7 inches by 6.5. So this is 7, 6 1/4. So and this is 6 1/4. And then we've got a piece of that DSP, and on the back it's got pumpkins, and on the other side it is plaid. And you could use the pumpkins on that, but the other side is plaid. But for directional, it's the wrong direction for me. I need it to go in portrait. So if I had cut it that way, I could have used the pumpkin side. But for right now, we're going to use the plaid. And this piece is, okay, so this is 2.5 by 3 1/4. So right here, it's 2.5, 3 1/4 is our box, DSP for the bottom. And then the flap is 1.5 by 2 1/4. And that is our piece for this little top piece here. And then we have, let's see, we have some circles, and this can be whatever size you want. And this one here, these are some that I had on my desk and I wanted to use them up. This one here is 2.5, and that is the peach pie. And then I have a white one here that is like 2 1/8, and these are the stitch circles. And so I just have extras in case I make a mistake, or and also make more than one of the projects. So I've already got one made, and then I have another one here. I do need, I'm not very well organized today. Like I said, I'm a little behind, but I need my corner rounder, and you can use any corner rounder that you have. I happen to have the Stampin' Up version that's been retired, but they've got some that are like the crocodile and stuff. They have them where they're corner rounders. You can get them at like any craft store, but I have the Stampin' Up one, so let me grab that. So right here is that, and there's my corner rounder. And so I think that is all the bits and pieces that we have for this. So we are going to do our score lines. It's really easy. So let me grab, let's see, I've got 2 of the scoring tools for this, and I take my stuff with me to all kinds of, like for in-person class and sometimes team meetings, and I keep losing all my little score tools. So I have another one here. It's not Stampin' Up, but I do have several Stampin' Up ones if I could just find them. So on the 7-inch side, we're going to put that in our score board, and we're going to score it at a 1/2 inch. So we're going to go over here, and that's the first long mark. There's short ones, medium, short, and long. And so that's the first place that we're going to put a score line. And I use my small tip for whenever I'm doing cardstock. So we're going to come in here and we're going to score that down. You want to try to keep it all straight in there and not jump lines. Then the next score line is going to be the number 1. So 1 inch, and so that's the next long one. Okay, so that's that one. And then we're going to jump to 3 3/4. So here's 3, and then 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. Our score. And then we need a 4 1/4. So 4, and then here's that first quarter, like that. So that's all of it on the 7-inch side. Now we're going to turn that. And we're going to do, there's a 1/2 inch. So we're going to do that again. That's half. And then we are going to do a 4-inch mark. So 4 inches. And then we're going to do 4 1/2. Okay. So then when we turn it this way, we've got the 1/2 inch on this end. And then, so this is not quite to size. It's close, but it's not quite to size. I haven't figured out how to do that yet, but it's pretty close. And so this is the way that it will lay. So you'll have 2 little tabs here, a big one, a little one, and a big one. So that is how it will lay. All right, so now then I'll get this out of the way. And then we will grab our scissors and we will do some of the cutting. So on this, I'm going to start here at the bottom. We're going to cut up on each one of these score lines. So each one here will go from the bottom to that first score line. So we're going to cut up, 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 and that one. All right, so now then, this is a little tab here and a tab there. We want to, so here's a score line. We want to go at a little bit of an angle to the left, and we are making a tab on this one, and then we're going to cut that. That basically cuts this completely away. There we go. So this is cut. Now we're going to need to miter this one. And we're going to just flip that one. Watch this one here. Fold that one out of the way. And then we'll clip that one. And so this one is mitered just like this one. And we're going to move this one out of the way. And we're going to miter that one. So we're going to make little tabs each of those. And so each of those are little tabs. Okay, so that's that end. Now we're going to turn this around like this, and just to make it easier to follow, I'll move these little bits and pieces out of the way. All right, so then now we're going to cut from this edge right here, and we're going to cut to the second score line on each of these. Okay, so second score line. So this is score line 1 and score line 2. So we're going to go from the edge, first score line, second score line. Then we're going to do this one. We're going to go from the edge, first score line, second score line. Then we're going to go down here, start with this edge, first and second score line, and then this one here, first and second score line. All right, so all these on this end are going to go away. So we're going to start doing this in steps so that it's not so confusing, hopefully. I'm just cutting on that first score line, clear across, except for we're leaving this one, because this will be our flat for our box. So this one, like that. Okay? So now then, we're going to throw these away. So we start here on this end. This piece, we're going to cut it away. Okay? So we're going to, how we did here, we're going to miter it and make this a tab. And so we're going to cut it going towards that, where the point where they meet. And we'll pull that away. And so that gives this a tab. We're going to fold this one back like we did before. And we're going to miter these to make them a tab. So we're going to go at an angle. We're going to go at an angle here. Okay. So far, that's what we have. And then this one right down here. Oh, we're cutting this one away. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. So we're going to push that tab behind. And then we're going to cut this long one away. Just trying to save it like I did on this one. We need it gone. So just like that. And then this little tab right here, we are going to cut it to miter it to be a little tab. These aren't very good scissors for that tip. And I packed all my scissors up too, so I need to straighten this up because I did not cut that straight. There we go. So I did not do a very good job with my cutting. So let me dump the trash. And so now then, this matches our pattern, just not to size. And now we need to round these corners. So we have our tab there, tab, tab, and then we have tabs down here, and we left these straight. Okay, so I'll bring in my corner rounder and put that in here. Press. And we're going to turn it. Put that in there like that. Press. Then we have rounded corners. So now our diagram and our card matches that. So that is a help for doing the box and knowing where to cut. And so anywhere that's blue, that you keep. Anywhere that's white, you cut it away. I hope that makes sense. So like I said, in the description below the video, if you go to the link for this project, and then you can go there and you can print it. All right, so now start putting this together. So this is the top. We're going to need that corner rounder here in just a moment for this other piece. But for right now, I'm going to grab my bits and pieces. So for right now, we're going to take this and we'll go ahead and we'll round those so we can be done with the corner rounder. And when they're this little bits of pieces, it's a little harder. We've got that rounded now. I think that's all the corner rounding that we need to do. All right, so this is our piece. So I know this one's going to go here. And when you put your box together, this is the back. So at the top where we're putting that, this is the back. So just remember that. And then if it's directional, this is the front. So like if it was pumpkins, we'd want the pumpkins to be upright like this. But because mine's the plaid, we're going to add it here. Hope that makes sense. But and we could add it later, but to me it's easier to do it when it's not put together than when it is. Okay, so this has a clog in there. We go. Got a little bit of a, so dried on that tip. We're going to add that between these score lines and between the top and this score line. So this is our card, or I mean our box front. Guess I could have put that on the project sheet, but this one here, I glued it in. Put that, center that on there, on that little flap. Okay, and we're going to set this off to the side so that it can dry. All right, so I have a scrap piece of basic white that I used on one of my videos for last night. I did a Make It Monday, and so I'm gonna grab my stamp set and my die or blocks, and we're gonna use some Stampin' blends. So I'm gonna grab my little pumpkin. We're gonna grab the Happy Halloween. I think that's all that we need. Let's see, is this one going to be the right size? Oh, we'll make it work because this one here is a little bit larger and this one here is a little bit smaller. Yeah, we'll make that work. I think we can make it work. All right, so we'll put this on. It'll fit on this block here. And then Happy Halloween. This block. And I put my ink away from last night. I've been leaving it on my desk. Everything's at like reach, but sometimes I gotta reach a little farther than normal to get to it. All right, so that's like that, so you can see the project. I hope you're enjoying this box so far, and if you are, I would really appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up. And if this is your first time here, welcome to my channel, and I hope you enjoy these countdown to Halloweens. Alright, I'm trying to get it all inked up well. Did just re-ink this, and so it's kind of soupy in places and not in others. Alright, so we're going to stamp it over here. So we're not using up the whole thing. I'm off camera, but I'll show you here in just a moment. So I basically just stamped it in an area so that I had more areas that I could use later. I'm going to close this for now because we're not quite ready for it again. All right. So I'll grab my chamois and I'm going to go ahead and clean this up. And this is just a quarter piece of the chamois. And then the extra gum, that's what this case is. And I just cut it and put my chamois in there, and I can keep it right here on my desk. One of these days I need to do a show my craft room and kind of give ideas on how I store everything and everything like that. But I just haven't done that part. I've only been in my craft room for about a year. All right, so we're going to get started with coloring. I know you've all seen coloring before, but I'm hoping that I can show you a couple of tricks with this to make it more realistic. I'm going to color in my little stem. And so that's about all we need for that, okay? And then also another one. So this one here for the stem was light pecan pie. And then I'm going to take our, let's see, it is the Dark Daffodil Delight. And we are going to color in the pumpkin with this, and I will explain why. Tip of this is rather worn out, it looks like. Sometimes when you take your things to class, it gets caught in the lid and they get bent, and that's okay. That that happens because they're learning. But so I'm filling this all in Daffodil Delight. I'm just trying to stay in the lines, but I'm trying to fill it all in. It doesn't have to be be completely no white, no white on it at all, but at least fill it in a little bit. Okay, so now then I'm going to take my light pumpkin pie. We're going to use that again, but we're going to take the light pumpkin pie and we're going to go over this. So it kind of gives it a little bit of a different color by putting that base of the yellow on there. But it also, if you go between the eyes here and around the mouth, it keeps those still the yellow, the Daffodil Delight, so that they will glow like a jack-o'-lantern will. I don't know if you've ever colored in this way or not, but this is how I do my pumpkins, just to give them a little bit more realism and to give it like dimension. Okay, and then close that. I'll come in, I'm going to do the inside, that where the carving is on the eyes. That's my light pumpkin pie. So now I'm going to come in with my dark, and I'm going to follow that outline of each one of those stripes in the top. Skip the mouth, go right down through there and skip, go around here, skip. And you don't have to be precise, but it helps to be close to that line. And then right here where that carving is for the eyes, we're going to add that dark right there. And then, oh, we're going to do that up here as well. Follow those lines. And then we're going to fill in where the carving is for that top. And we will bring this back in. And we're going to blend that out. Just ever so slightly, so that you kind of fill it in a little bit, and as it dries, it gives a little bit of dimension like that. And so if I need to add more, I can. Now then, this piece here is the light pool party. I'm going to go around like that, and then I'm going to follow the line, and I'm trying to stay pretty well on that line, so that you just get a bit of a glow around the pumpkin. Like that. Now it's time to cut him out. And so as it dries, you get the little bit darker. If you want it even darker, we just bring in the dark pumpkin pie. You just just draw those lines again where you want them. So, I mean, it's your project. You can do it however you want, but it sometimes just gives it some more realism. So, see how that makes that pop? Now we'll take and cut this out. So I'm going to cut it down just a bit here. And so normally we'd cut it out with the ghost, but we're going to cut the ghost away. So I'll start down here. These are not great scissors for this, but we're going to have to make it work because I don't know where my other ones are. These are kind of like rough on cutting. So you just kind of cut it around. And when we get around to where the top of the pumpkin is, we are going to just cut really close to the top of that. And then we'll cut on around the pumpkin. So here's our pumpkin. I'm going to trim a little bit of this white away, like that. And then we're going to just cut this top. So we need that. So we're going to start down here. So you can get more out of, just one moment. Sorry, that was my phone. So we're just going to cut around this, get more out of our stamps, and you can change them up like this. So now this is kind of hard to hold because it is a teeny tiny piece. But you just move the paper and not the scissors so much. That makes it a whole lot easier for cutting. Like I said, this is a little piece, but it's doable. Maybe I could have cut the top before I cut off the ghost and then held the ghost part to make it easier, but I didn't think about that till now. So there's that. So I've had these projects made for a good while. All right, so now then we're going to try and put everything together. So I'm going to start with this first. Put my pumpkin bottom here. Put my little top up here so I know about where I want to put my Happy Halloween. Bring in a piece of scratch paper so that I can try out my Happy Halloween. Okay, I'm going to stamp that right about there. And the fun part about it is if I didn't get that quite straight with where I had my pumpkin right now, I don't have the pumpkin glued down, and with it being a circle, you could always straighten that up. All right, so we need some dimensionals. So I'm going to take 2 large ones and put on the back. Take 2 large ones, put them on the back of the pumpkin itself. I'm going to take a small one and put on the back of the top of the pumpkin. Okay, so I'll take this and we'll get close to that Halloween like that. I'll take this one. Set that on the top of the Halloween. So there's that. Let's take some glue. Whoops. We're going to add that. To to the center of our peach pie circle. Just kind of like that. I'll set that off to the side to dry. Alright, so now we're going to put this one together. We're going to burnish on all of these score lines. You're trying to make certain it's straight on the bottom here when you start doing the larger ones. That. Fold this one in. That one in. Do all the little tabs. That. I think the most time is doing the coloring for that. All right, so we're going to take and add a little bit of glue on this tab right here. It's here to show because it's hard to see color on color, but we're going to put it on this whole tab. I'm just going to like run it in a circle. So this is that 1/2 inch tab right here, and then we're going to bring this over and then line up those score lines and press it down. Pull this out. I just had it there so you can see where I was putting the glue. We're going to kind of this direction. See, that's the back side of the box. Okay, and then we're going to put this one in, this back one, just push it in, and we're going to put glue on each one of these tabs for the, like on the inside. So we're going to add a little bit of glue on those. So we're pushing the back one in. We're going to square that up, that front, and we're going to slide that tab over. Both of those little tabs, and then you can square it up. Just hold that for a moment. And then we're going to add glue to this other tab. And then that way your little tabs are hidden. In case you're wondering why I put the bigger tab in. Bring that up like that, and then we'll hold it. Open this and use your bone folder. Press down. Just want to make certain that it adheres well. Like that. So that so far is our box. All right. Now we're going to take this flap and we're going to put it down. We're going to decide where we're going to put our pumpkin. I'm going to go kind of a little bit lower so there's not as much behind it. So I'm going to put embellishments down here on the actual box. I'm going to close that lid down and grab embellishment here, one there, remove these. I can hear voices and there's little kids out playing. And we're going to put this on as straight as we can, like that, and then just flips open like that. So you could either put the ribbon on here, or you could do it at the top like I've done here. So you could wrap it here and tie a bow, but just around this flap. But I think I want it on the top again. So I'll cut my ribbon. some ribbon scissors here. That. Put it inside here. I'll put that flat down. I want to make certain that my ribbon is flat and go the same direction. So I'm going to cross it, and you can just tie it in a knot if you wanted, like a double knot. And then just knock stuff over here. I'm so sorry. Knocked my light over and now I can't get the tripod to stay. Oh, it's just gonna have to go like that. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this tight. I'm gonna put my reverse tweezers on there. And I'm gonna tie a bow. At least I'm gonna attempt to tie a bow. I did cut it kind of short. I have to cut another piece that's longer. I think I'm going to do that because I don't want to fuss with that. So I need a longer piece. I can use this piece for something else, or when I'm not on camera trying to cut or tie a bow. There. So with a longer one. So put that in there. Lid. It's like that. All right. And then now we're going to cross it over. I bet none of you have ever cut ribbon too short. Right, now then we're going to take a loop, tuck that in there, and then pull. Take my tweezers out, and then I can pull on, but you push your finger on that knot in the middle, pull on the tails, and then you pull on the ears. That makes it, you can make it smaller. Pull it tight, and then you just trim off the ends like that. Now on this one, yeah, I did tie it as a bow. So there we go. So there's the bow, and if you didn't want it sliding around, you could get it in place where you want it. If you want it farther down, just roll it around there. Tuck this back behind my circle, and then I'm going to take a glue dot. I'll just stick that behind that knot. I know it'll stay in place. There we go. So there's that. Then you just fill it up. Take my handies out of here. I don't have any right here in handy. And you slide those in like that. And then you put one on the top. Put those little tabs in. Pull the circle, and there you go. So we have our box for our week 10 of our countdown to Halloween. And so I hope you like this project. It was a lot of fun to make, and if you could give me a thumbs up for this video, I greatly appreciate that. And if this is your first time here, or if you've been here checking out videos and you haven't subscribed yet, I would encourage you to subscribe to my channel for future videos. And if you hit that bell beside the subscribe button, then it will notify you of any other videos that I upload. And so I have more of these treat boxes to come. And like I said, you can make them anything. You can make them for Christmas, you can make them for birthdays or what have you. And I'm not certain if a credit or gift card or whatever would fit in this, but I bet it would. If it may be a little too long, and I used to have one here, but I've moved it. Let me see if I happen to. Let me see if I have. Oh, I've got one right here. Check that because I have people ask me from time to time, and so Amazon one. You might have to put it in fur. There we go. Yep, it'll fit. A gift card will fit in here. So that would be a nice little way if you're giving somebody a gift card. That'd be a nice little way to package it and put your gift card in there and give a little treat to go along with it so they have something to open. And so that is a pretty neat idea, especially with Christmas at the end of the year. And so it's just a thought of something that you could change it into a Christmas gift with a gift card in it. So I really hope that you like these projects. And like I said, I had a lot of fun creating them, and I like to bring you little neat ideas and different things. And so like, subscribe, and I shall see you later. Happy stamping!